Hello and welcome to this video in which I will introduce our new process completion webhook and how it can enable external systems to react to Fynapse events and allow for near to real-time flow of financial data across the finance ecosystem. Previously, when Fynapse completed processing, there was no outward signal to these systems and there was a dependency on polling or manually checking, asking Fynapse again and again, is it done yet? Has this happened? Now we can acknowledge the status of processing complete and we can send information via our webhook to a downstream system. The downstream system could be a treasury system, a data warehouse, an orchestration tool, or any system that can receive HTTP requests. There's no change to the processing itself within Fynapse. As per this diagram, in this video I will follow the steps to configure a webhook and then I will demonstrate the webhook in action by ingesting a file in Fynapse and showing how on completion my downstream system is notified. Please see that our webhook covers two events, that is ingestion processing succeeded and ingestion processing failed. It is important for both events to be covered within processing complete so that a downstream system can take the relevant action depending on the status. If successful, that would be that the data is ready, and if failed, that could be to trigger an investigation such as checking that the validations are correct. In this video, I'm going to configure a webhook for process completion successful only. So first, let me show you my inspector site. So this is an inspector site which I've set up to represent a downstream system. As you can see at the moment, there are no events here. And if I go to settings, I will take the URL for us to take into Fynapse. We'll now go into Fynapse and set up our webhook. This is the URL for my inspector site, so any downstream system endpoint that we can configure for our webhook. And here I'm going to select ingestion processing succeeded. As mentioned, we do have ingestion processing failed, but for today's demo, I'm just going to put succeeded. So this is our secret. This is an authentication token that can be used between Fynapse and a downstream system so that we always know when the data is being shared that it is secure. So we have to go back to my inspector site and copy this here. That is now set. And I can acknowledge we've recorded this. Okay, so now you can see that we have an active webhook. If I click into it, you are able to see the details relevant to this webhook. And under event deliveries, you will see that we have no events recorded. I'm now going to ingest a file and show that events will appear here once the webhook has been triggered. I'm going to go to the processing summary so we can watch this event. So it is already ready and it has created 12 journal lines. So if we now go to our webhook, we should be able to see a delivery of events where we were not able to before. Yeah, here we go. So if we can now see that the ingestion has triggered the webhook and we can see the information related to that here. The true success is if I now go to my inspector site and we can see the events and relevant information there. And there we go. Here are the two events that we've just triggered when uploading our file. That concludes our demonstration in today's video for process completion webhook. Thank you very much for your time.